Hello guys, and what did I tell you? I would be back with another, review here in the Dormo. So basically, this one's going to be a little bit awkward just because there's a lot to cover in this. For today, we're going to be discussing and kind of reviewing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So if you don't know, JoJo is a very different anime than your normal one that you would have. It's the way my friend described it to me before I started watching was it's a very manly anime, big muscles, fighting, and stuff like that, And I would say that's a very accurate description. And one of the reviewers I was watching a while ago did a short, sweet, simple review on JoJo. All he said was, you either like it or you don't. And that is a perfect description of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Some people don't like it, and some people do. I liked the beginning, me personally. Later on, I don't, and we'll get into that later. So, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that kind of stuff. And we're basically going to break up this review into each kind of season, I guess. It's going to start out with the original Phantom Blood, then the battle tendencies, and then Stardust Crusaders, and then Diamond is Unbreakable. So that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to break this up. Now, technically, Phantom Blood and Battle Tendencies are one season. They were both in the same first season of JoJo, whereas Stardust Crusaders were split up into two just because there's so much to cover. So we're going to try to accompany it as best as possible. One thing I like about this anime is the art style, and especially in the intros. They did a very good job about how they drew it. I love the harsh lines and bold effects, and it's just kind of it fits the way it's drawn. At least the early stuff, it fits the way it's drawn, and it's just a big manly kind of big power brute, Neanderthal kind of looking shit. But later on, I like the way they changed the color palette and the way they're doing that. So I guess it's been a nice transition of art style and colors and stuff like that. I like it. So the reason people say, at least my friends, they said they don't like it just because they don't like the main villain Dio. He was introduced in the first season, and we see him throughout here and there, but my friend, he never really watched it. I assume he watched part of the first season and maybe skipped around to the current, but he said he didn't like it because of the villain and how I guess his personality was and stuff like that. Now, for me, because I binge watched this, so I watched it all with no breaks, I thought Dio was a good, character to be a villain because he was very stuck up, full of himself, and just a dick, nobody can beat me type shit. And starting to move into the first season here, it starts out, you get introduced to George Joestar, who is Jonathan Joestar's father, and it kind of lays it up there. He meets Dio's dad, and then there's a promise, and later Dio finally takes the redeems the promise he was given from George, and starts living with Jonathan Joestar, and they kind of become brothers. Rough start. And then, by the way, this does get into spoilers, guys, if you haven't already kind of assumed that. And already, that introduction of just Dio and Jonathan was, I feel like, a very perfect way to describe this. I believe this was all within the first episode, too. Dio just kind of hops out his wagon and just was like, yeah, bitch, I'm here. What are you going to do about it? And I thought that was a perfect introduction of how the anime is going to play out. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first season. They were learning the power of Hamon and stuff like that, and I honestly didn't see that this was gonna be a vampire anime. And I didn't mind it either, but it just didn't I didn't take it for it at first. The way it was playing out, I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, moving on with, like, the later into the season, about halfway, I really loved how Jonathan is progressing as a character. He doesn't learn, like, much, but he's getting by. And then he just so happens to battle Dio, and, you know, the battle ends. And you're kind of like, wow, that was, I guess, pretty neato, you know, man. And then later, I want to try to stick away from spoilers, guys. But like the way I guess that first part of the season ends, the end of Phantom Blood, I guess the way it ends was pretty well, you know. It was, I don't know, I felt like it could have been somewhere else, because kind of BS that, you know, that it happened that way, because like, Dio, really, man, like, where are you coming from right now? And Jonathan was just like, whatever, like, Allahu Akbar kind of shit. But I because of that ending, I believe it played out perfectly for the next part of that season, for Battle Tendencies, with Joseph Joestar, who is, he was Jonathan Joestar's son? His son, I believe. Either way, I really liked, oh, if you haven't already noticed, guys, that the name JoJo progresses from Jonathan Joestar. Each of those names start with Joe, so it's JoJo. And then Joseph Joestar, JoJo again. And then later on you get Jotaro Kujo. And then later on you get Josuke Higashita. I believe I said that right. I don't know. So each of them kind of have like a Joe name, you know. So thus the nickname JoJo. So then we got, moving back, wrapping it around to Joseph Joestar season, or I guess part. It was, I really liked how this progressed as a season, because it was, you didn't have what we left off with. You had like the legacy of Jonathan, and we have Joseph now, I guess, upholding that legacy. Like, yes, the vampires are still a threat. Like, we gotta work with it. Only the Joestar family knows the origins and how to defeat it, and they have help along the way. Kind of like what was his name? Speedwagon. How Speedwagon helped Jonathan. So now we still have this, I guess, same concept, and Joseph is learning the more in-depth ways of Haman to defeat the vampire threat. Now, the battles, I don't know, man. The battles were alright in this part. I don't know. I just kind of was like there for the ride. I wasn't all for it, but I was there, you know. I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever you say, guys. Like, especially the last one. The first few battles are okay, but the last battle, I was just not about it, you know. Just not even. Too much BS going on, you know. Just so much baloney. Like, oh my god. It was stupid. Honestly, it was stupid. But I don't know. That again, going back to the beginning of this show, it played it out like that, you know. I guess it's like, I don't know what I expected. So yeah, the end of that Battle Tendencies was kind of like a bullshit thing. Even like when Joseph's like, oh yeah, what's up, dude? Like, hey, yeah, just arm, you know, right? What's up? Like, it's all good. We're here, you know, we're just chilling. And it's just like, fuck you, man. Like, what? But I am glad he did get with Susie Q. Like, Joseph and Susie Q, I'm glad that hit off. That was a good one. I enjoyed that. So, now moving on to the man that seems to be mostly everybody's favorite character, Jotaro Kujo in Stardust Crusaders. Now this was again a two-parter. So it was a lot to go through, and this one I liked and hated it. Okay, I liked the way they had the characters. I liked the characters and the way it developed, but I don't like the way they did the powers. Okay, we were on a good roll with the first two parts on the Haman and shit like that, but then here they just say fuck that, we're gonna do something else. But the way they did the powers, I was willing to accept it, because it was like, oh, that's cool. Like, they're just doing, like, powers, and they're kind of resembling tarot cards and shit like that. I was like, wow, that's really fucking cool. So I was able to be like, okay, yeah, just drop that shit, bring this shit in, and now we're golden. Like, yeah, I'm upset, but I was willing to accept it. And again, this is for the first part. So then you got Jotaro Kujo, who's ultimate BA, lady magnet type dude, and he just doesn't give a shit. And I really like that. One thing, what the fuck is up with his hair? Like, you can see it in the hat. Like, his hair is, like, built into the hat. And even in the later shit, I just don't understand it. But yeah, so that's him, and he's accompanied by his, grandfather, Joseph Joestar. So that, I like how they're coming together, and only Joseph is like using Haman now, because he was the last one to know it. Everyone else is using stands. But like, I feel like you never really got to see Jotaro Kujo's full, like, ability. If he fought more, I feel like he could have been like beaten the fuck out of Dio real fast, since Dio was like started training, and he was like, 10 seconds, man, that's I can hold out for, you know, ooh wee. And then JoJo was like, dude, like, yeah, I just learned that shit, man. Like, if he would have fought more, I feel like he could have developed that power like so much faster. But yeah. So again, I liked the beginning of Stardust Prayers. Now here's where I don't like it. Once they get to wherever the fuck they're going, Cairo, I think it was, when they're approaching, they're in the town of where Dio is at. Okay, they defeated all of the tarot card enemies in front of them. You know, they gained some allies on the way. And one, they fucking teased the shit out of you with like, this dude's dead. Wait, no, he's not. Oh, wait, this dude's dead, but no, he's not. This dude's actually dead, though. Like, they fucking teased you, and I didn't like that. Alright, little rant. That was a little rant. But going back to this. So now we're at the destination. And they're like, oh yeah, fuck the tarot cards now. Now we're just gonna go off of Egyptian gods. So you got like Ra and Anubis and shit like that. And it's like, make up your fucking mind. Like, I like the tarot card idea. Like, I know there's more shit, so don't fucking pull this shit over my face. Like, I know you can do it. But they just was like, nah, fuck it. We're gonna do what we want right now. So that I didn't like. But either way, it played out the same way as the beginning half of this season, I guess. Yeah, it played out. It followed the same fucking theme as the beginning of the season. So basically, once you're about 5 episodes into Stardust, you can expect the same throughout, just different scenarios. Even in the next season, it's the same shit, just different day. Now, one thing this anime can do so well is, I want to punch some of these characters in the fucking face. I hate some of these characters. Like, Elisai, the dude who's just fucking creepy as shit and only picks on little kids. Like, holy fucking shit. I never want to punch anyone in the face more. Like, oh my god. I fucking hate him. And then later, jumping ahead, Shigekyo, Yangu, fucking hate that trash can. Want to punch him in the fucking mug. Like, oh my god, fuck, dude. Like, I am just livid over these characters. Along with Tamami Kobayashi. Like, these 3 characters, 2 of them look exactly the same, basically. But these 3 characters are just like on my top I want to punch in the face list. And then you have other characters like Toshikatsu Hanzumata. He can fucking die. I hate him. And I feel like there was one more I fucking hate. Oh yeah, Kin Oyangi, the John Kimpo kid. That kid is trash. Like, these, I don't know, JoJo just can make characters I just want to fucking punch in the face, and I just want to kill. Because these characters, I kind of don't want to watch anymore. Because one, not only do they like, we keep seeing them, and I just don't like them, and I hate that. Like, yeah, they've already been defeated. Now they're just like there as a side character, like just all casually, like, oh, I see my wrong now. Now you're my senpai, type shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, please die. Especially Yangu. Like, fuck that trash can. He's just because I see him more often, I'm calling him out specifically. But now, actually, since the later episodes, Kobayashi, like, fuck, dude, he's coming back too. I fucking hate this shit. I am, like, livid over this. I hate them so much, and I just don't want to see any of these characters. Like, they are literally the trash can of this series. So, going off that note, going to Diamond is Unbreakable season. And I know it's not over yet, so this is an up-to-date version of what I think. And that's why I was, at the beginning, I said this was going to be a very awkward review, because I just don't really know how to do it. Because I wanted to get the review out. I want to just catch up. And I will be watching as the show goes on, yes. And when this comes out, there will be more episodes out, guaranteed. Because right now, I only watched the episode where they just defeated the biker dude, Highway Go-Go, I think was the stand name. So they just defeated him. That's where I'm at. Yeah, his name was Yuya Fungami. So that's who we just defeated at this current point. So, going from there, we started this season and we see Josuke, and then I think later also you see Jotaro, and you're like, huh, shit, that guy looks like Jotaro. But then he's like, yeah, I'm Jotaro. And it's like, wow, what? Like, he looked like him. I wasn't expecting him to be him. Like, yeah, I get it that everybody is like getting older, and this is not much of a time difference, but this is not a generational gap. This is probably a 5-year gap, maybe more, maybe 15-year gap, I'm gonna assume, between Stardust and Diamond and Unbreakable, because Jotaro is just an adult now. He's not in high school anymore. He's an adult now, and Josuke is he's tied into the family, let's say that, and he's in high school. So we're still working with a high schooler main character, I guess. But don't necessarily like Josuke. He's all right. But there are aspects of him where he gets on my nerves. But so far, right now, everybody they fucking fight. Everybody. Literally everybody. Except for... Is it him? Hiroshi? Koichi? Except for Koichi, everybody they fight turns into a fucking ally. You know? And I fucking hate that shit. Like, just kill them off or something. Like, we only had 2 people in the last season that did that, and that was fine. But just because everybody is an ally now, I'm getting annoyed. Like, it's just fucking terrible. And now they're not even doing the whole theme of the stands where it's like a tarot card or Egyptian god. They're literally just random shit, and I hate that. Like, you don't know what's gonna be what. Like, with tarot cards, you can at least guess, like, oh, all we have left is, like, the Hangman, or if it's, like, Egyptian gods, like, oh, Ra, Anubis, you know, shit like that. So, like, you could at least have a basic idea of where we're going. Here, it's just, like, Highway Go-Go, and then, like, hold on, then you still got, like, Shining Diamond, fucking Act 2, Reverb Act 2, shit like that, and then, I don't know, Gatherers, I think that one was, Surface was one. Like, that makes sense. The Lock is another. What's yours? Love Deluxe. Like, are you getting this idea? Like, they're just not relevant at all. They're just like random shit. They're just like, oh, fuck it, we'll make a power. And like, they're just so absurd now. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I am bashing this so hard just because I liked it at the beginning so much. Because I don't know. Each season, I feel like I'm getting let down more and more. Every time this goes on, I feel like I'm getting let down more and more often. And I'm just getting annoyed with it, you know? Like, there's a fucking baby in this arc that doesn't do jack shit. It's just there for, I guess, convenience sake. They used it for a distraction. Or even to, like, help cheat in the game. Like, but it literally, it wasn't there. And then Joestar, yes, he's still alive. He comes back and he's just holding the baby, and then later he leaves and you assume with the baby, but apparently who was it? But apparently Rohan had the baby. We don't know how he got it, but he had the baby and beat the fuck out of Rochambeau guy. That's what it was. Rochambeau guy. Like Ken, yeah, he beat the fuck out of Ken just because the baby closed his hand from paper to a fist, or scissors to a fist. That's what it was. Like, what the fuck? That's just sloppy. I fucking hate that. I just get annoyed, guys. Oh, I don't know. So that's why I say this anime is like. I agree totally. I can't remember the reviewer's name, but he's like, you either like it or you don't, and that was the end. And that is such an accurate, like, statement. And comparing this to the other seasons, it's pretty much the same shit as Dio. Like, Dio was there, then he disappeared, then they went to go find him. So now we got this new guy who is... His name was Kira. Okay, kind of like from Death Note, Kira. So he's a murderer, and he's just going around killing people. And you get introduced to this guy like late in the season too. You're like, okay, there's this Kira guy. We don't know anything about him, but he murders people. Cool. Okay. So then you like see the outline of it. Find Kira, defeat him. Okay. But then Kira's like deuces and changes his fucking everything. So now he's this whole new dude, same personality, but looks completely different. And now it's the same shit. He got defeated, so now he ran away with tail between his legs, and now they're doing the shit again. We don't know anything about him. Now we gotta find him again. So it's like, oh my god, guys. You started so strong, JoJo. Where have you gone? Like, come on, come back. One of the old stuff. Ah, that's a rant. That is a rant, guys. Sorry for how much hate I've been spitting on JoJo. But, you know, it might be worth it for you all to check it out. I don't know. It's still ongoing, so it's rough to say. It is the first season, or I guess the first two season, which are Phantom Blood and Battle Tendencies, which is first season, is about 26 episodes long. Stardust Crusaders Part 1 is 24 episodes, and Stardust Crusaders Battle in Egypt, which is Part 2, is about 48 episodes long. And now we are getting into currently episode 30. I just finished 29. We're currently going to episode 30 of Diamond is Unbreakable. So this is still ongoing. I don't know if you all want to take the time out of your day and, I guess, month to grind out this series and to be, I guess, as let down as I am currently. Again, this thing, I feel like it had such a strong, like, it had such good potential. And now I'm just getting let down every season, and I feel so bad. But I hope I didn't spoil anything for those watching. If I did, I do apologize, but sometimes it just can't be helped, you know, and I would expect spoilers from now on in some of these reviews. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Links down below for the anime if you want to check it out. It's on Mal. and you can also see my Mal list and all of that stuff. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next review. See ya. So real fast, I think I forgot to mention this when I first started this, so I'm going back re-recording this part. Basically, I forgot that the waifu would probably have to be Suzy Q, just because she's probably one of the main female characters that you see through most of it, and during her time in, I guess, the second part of the first season, with Joseph, right? Yeah, Joseph. Suzy Q, I thought she was a good character. I thought she was funny and she was nice, you know. So that's why she's the waifu of the anime. So even though it's like there's like barely any females in here, and most of them kind of do annoy me, so I'm naming her the waifu of the anime. And then kind of going on, one of my favorite characters as of right now would probably have to be, it would have to be Koichi, just because of how he improved, you know, how much he's evolved. And I think that's, he kind of went Super Saiyan too, and how can you not like someone that goes Super Saiyan? So basically that's he's probably one of my now favorite characters. That's not like a JoJo, you know. Want to punch him in the fucking mouth? Nah. All music used in this video is from a YouTuber named Trial and Error. He has his own website, and his YouTube will be linked in the description down below. So please go, if you're interested in the music, go check him out on his YouTube or his website. His music is very anime themed, so if you're interested in that, definitely drop by his page.